So next theorem we are going to prove for subspaces. This is that intersection of two subspaces of a vector space is also a subspace. So what we are actually trying to do, say this is one subspace W1 and this is another subspace W2, and this thing which is an intersection of W1 and W2, we are going to prove that this is also a subspace. So now first of all, let us see that this is actually non-empty. There has to be something in this, only then we can prove it a subspace. So now W1 is a subspace. So what is the meaning of subspace? We had done the definition. Subspace is a space which is itself a vector space. So if W1 is itself a vector space, so 0 has to be in W1. This is additive identity. Similarly, if W2 is subspace, so 0 has to be there in W2 also. Now 0 is in W1, 0 is in W2, it means 0 is in their intersection also. Now what does this mean? This means intersection is non-empty set. So there is something in the intersection. We can try to prove that intersection is a subspace on itself. Now let me take some alpha and beta from W1 intersection W2 and A and B from the field. Now as per the last theorem we did, we showed that if for alpha beta in given set and AB in the field, if A alpha plus B beta belong to that field, that set, then this W1 will become a subspace. Alright. So now we have taken alpha beta from W1 intersection W2. What does this mean? This means alpha is in W1, both, not only alpha, beta also. Alpha and beta, they are both from W1, and alpha and beta, they are both in W2. Now since W1 is subspace, so it will satisfy that theorem. So A times alpha, B times beta would belong to W1. Similarly, W2 is a subspace. So A times alpha, B times beta would also be in W2. And since A times alpha, B times beta is in both W1 and W2, therefore it is in their intersection also. So this was what we needed to prove. So the intersection of two subspaces is again a subspace. Now I am giving you an exercise following the same lines. You can prove that arbitrary intersection of of any number of subspaces is again a subspace. This you can easily do. This you try at your end. We just saw that intersection of subspaces is a subspace, but unfortunately result is not true for union of subspaces. Union of subspaces may not be a subspace on itself. Let us take two subspaces W1 and W2 as shown. You can check at your end that both of these are subspaces. Let me take two. Now what is the meaning of W1 union W2? It means all the elements of W1, all the elements of W1, all the elements of W2. This complete thing is W1 union W2. So all the elements from W1 are in W1 union W2. All the elements from W2, they are also in this union. So let me take, let us say I am taking my alpha as x comma 0 comma 0, some element from W1. This is, if it is in W1, of course it will be in the union, and I am taking beta as 0 y 0 from union of W1 and W2. Then if I check A times alpha plus B times beta, that would be A times x 0 0 b times 0 y 0. So this will become ax, I am adding here also, plus b times 0, that will be 0, a times 0 will be 0, then b times y will be by, this will be 0 and this will be 0. So this is the coordinate. Now does this coordinate belong in union? If it belong to W1 union W2, then that will be a subspace. But unfortunately, neither it looks like this nor it looks like this. So it does not belong to W1 union W2. So W1 union W2 may not be a subspace every time. So next theorem we are going to prove for union. We have just seen an example that union of two subspaces may not be a subspace, but it can be a subspace if one is contained in other. That is what we are trying to prove. W1 union W2 is a subspace if and only if W1 is contained in W2 or W2 is contained in W1. So what do you mean by this if and only if? If and only if means both way it is true. So we have to prove the result both ways. So first of all, I am assuming that W1 union W2 is a subspace. Now I am to prove that either W1 is contained in W2 or W2 is contained in W1. So I will prove it by contradiction. Let us assume W1 is not a subspace. If W1 not a subset of W2, sorry, and similarly W2 is not a subset of W1. That is what I am trying to say is this thing. Neither this is there nor W2 is contained in W1. So what does this mean? It means if some alpha belong to W1, then that alpha will not be in W2. Similarly, if some beta belongs to W2, then that beta should not be there in W1. That is what I am trying to say. So from 1 and 2, now alpha is in W1, beta is in W2. Therefore, alpha and beta, they are both in their union. It is in W1 union W2. Now we are given that W1, W2, first we have assumed that W1, W2 is a subspace. If W1, W2 union W2 is a subspace, therefore alpha plus beta has to be in this set. It means now if alpha plus beta is in the union, then alpha plus beta has to be in W1 or it has to be in W2. Only then it is there in the union. Otherwise it could not be in union if it is not there in any of the sets. So if let us first discuss this case. If it is there in W1, now W1 is a subspace on its own. So if W1 is a subspace, alpha, this is sure, it is surely in W1. So minus alpha will also be there in W1 because it is an additive inverse of alpha. Now alpha is in W1, minus alpha is in W1, alpha plus beta is in W1, and W1 is a subspace. Since W1 is a subspace, so their sum of these two numbers will be in W1. So what will be their sum? Let us see. This will be in W1, but this will give us beta belonging to W1, which is contradiction to 1. In 1 we had said that contradiction to 2, sorry. In 2 we had said that beta does not belong to W1. So this cannot be there. Similarly, you can easily prove on same lines. Here we will obtain alpha belonging to W1, which will be contradiction to 1. So this is wrong. So alpha plus beta, if it is not in W1, not in W2, how can it happen to be in their union? So our assumption is wrong. Either what was our assumption? This was our assumption. We have assumed that either W1 is contained in W2 or W2 is contained in W1. So our assumption is wrong. Either W1 is contained in W2 or W2 is contained in W1. Now let us prove the converse. Now we had assumed W1 union W2 is a subspace, and we have proved this thing. Now conversely, let us assume either W1 is contained in W2 or W2 is contained in W1. Now let us take any. If W1 is contained in W2, then what would happen to W1 union W2? Then W1 union W2 in both the cases, it will be either equal to W1 or equal to W2. If W1 is contained in W2, then whole union of W1 W2 will be actually W2. Similarly, if W2 is contained in W1, then union will be equal to W1. But W1 W2 are subspaces on their own. It means W1 union W2 is also a subspace.